So when I tell you that I hate primers, but this one completely changed my mind, I mean it. I don't use primers, like ever. But this one made me question all of that, especially on 40 plus skin. The skin prep and how you set the makeup is what creates the magic. So keep watching to see how I do it. For skin prep, we want to keep it light, keep the steps to a minimum, but we also want it to be hydrating. Remember, hydration is the key to long-lasting makeup. Yes, even for oily or combination skin. For our first step in our skincare, I like to do some kind of gentle exfoliation just to make sure we get rid of any dead skin or any rough patches on the face. I really love these exfoliating pads from Summer Fridays because they're very, very gentle. They're great for sensitive skin. Now, if you have any kind of rosacea or any compromised skin, I would definitely skip this step, but otherwise you're good to go. I have reactive skin and I can use these. So these are pretty much a sure bet when it comes to having them in my kit and using them on clients. It's double-sided. You have one side that has a little bit of texture on it and the other side is flat. Depending on what your skin can handle, I really love the textured side because I feel like it's picking up whatever debris or rough patches or any excess skin is on my face. I've really noticed a difference in the quality and the longevity of my makeups since incorporating this exfoliation step. Now I'm going to eliminate any extra steps as far as any treatments or serums. Those are things that we just don't need to do right now unless the skin is very, very dry, in which I would probably repeat the step that I'm about to tell you. For those of you who have been watching my channel, you know that I have been on a milky toner kick and I have not gotten off this train. I swear by this step. In lieu of a moisturizer, I go for milky toners. These are the two that I've had in heavy rotation in my kit. Sometimes I switch them out depending on who I'm working with, but I love these two because they have never steered me wrong. I do use them for different reasons and on different clients. This is the Innisfree Green Tea Ceramide Milk. It has ceramides in it, hyaluronic acid. It's great for sensitive skin and it's also great for acne-prone skin or acneic skin. So I tend to use this on my oily and my combination skin clients or brides. I also love this because it actually helps to cancel out redness. If you have any residual redness on the face, you can press it into those areas and it will help to take the redness down. It won't eliminate it completely, but it does help with redness, which is another reason why it's been a hero product in my kit. The one that I've been using the most is this Bioma Hydrating Milky Toner. This is great for normal to drier skin types, and it's also great for sensitive skin. This is what I've been using on a majority of my brides for the past few months, and both of these toners don't have any actives in them, so no PHAs, no AHAs, no niacinamide, and it makes them great candidates in my kit for that reason as I work on a variety of skin tones and skin types. I'm actually going to use this one from Innisfree because even though I'm more normal to dry, I still love this toner. It's super hydrating. I've already done one layer. My skin feels very nice and hydrated, but if I feel like I want a little bit more, something I like to do is I'll take just a couple of drops and then just press it into the skin. This is what I did when I had that redness I was telling you about earlier, and it took it right down. This next step is the time that if you were wearing this every day or you were planning on going outside, you would apply your SPF. When I work with clients who are being photographed or when I'm working with brides, I do not use SPF because of the risk of flashback. I don't like to tempt fate, and even when the formula says that it doesn't have flashback, I just don't want to take the risk, so I don't use it. Plus, it adds an extra layer of texture that I don't want to have to fight with, so if I can eliminate that step, I will. But for everyday life, please use sunscreen. Please. Now would be the time in your skin prep routine to apply your primer. As we all know, Jeannie kind of hates primers. In fact, I actually made a video about how much I hate primers, and you can watch that right here. However, this product I'm about to show you completely changed my mind because it creates the most beautiful soft focus on the skin before you even apply any makeup. And I am talking about the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Universal Balm. I don't know what is in here. I know there's something called Upsolite, and I feel like that's probably the miracle product that just creates the most beautiful soft focus on the skin. It's also great to use on any texture that you might have on your skin, any blemishes that is invisible to the naked eye, but makes you look almost airbrushed. It's very easy to apply. It actually comes with a little spatula that's attached to the top, and I like to just take a little bit on the spatula. That's probably even too much. And I like to use my fingers when applying this product because the warmth from my fingertips helps to press it in and make it even more invisible. So I'll just take a little bit. It's very slippery, but it's not oily. And what I'll do is I'll just apply it Mostly for me, I just apply it in the center of my face. But if I'm doing this on a bride or I'm doing it on a client, I will apply it on the areas where they get oily or shiny. So definitely in the T-zone, just in case, because those are the centers of the face. When you're getting photographed, that's where the flash tends to hit, is right in the middle of the face, and you don't want to be shiny. And sometimes I have clients who get oily on their cheeks, or they get oily all over their face, in which case I will apply it all over in a very, very thin layer. A little goes a long way with this product, which is really great too. And I'm sure you can see that it immediately took down any shine that I had on my face. And the texture, there is nothing like this out there. Yes, there are other balms, and I've actually talked about them on this channel, but there is not a universal balm that you can use as a primer or even at the end of your makeup, almost like a powder. This stuff is amazing and it's so innovative. Something my friend Maya actually taught me is that she loves to use this as an eyelid primer before she does any eye makeup. Or what I'll do is I'll apply this on my eyelids and use this as a primer for the concealer that I'm going to use on my eyes. And then I'll take whatever is left over on my finger and I'll bring it up under the eye. So it's a very, very thin layer, because we will be applying concealer on this later and I just don't want there to be too much texture or too much product there. But even that, I'm sure you can see the difference in what my face looked like before. Now I'm going to go apply my makeup like I normally would. There's no secrets. It's just a basic makeup. The most important part is what I do before and what I do at the very end. I'm doing my concealer step right now, and I wanted to show you just how smoothly the concealer applies to my eyelid because I have that balm on underneath it. And I can powder this and it will last all day long. Or it also creates a really beautiful canvas for whatever eyeshadow or eyeliner you're gonna put on top of it. I may have to start doing my concealer like this from now on. So if you're someone that loves to do eye looks, get this as your eyelid primer. Don't use any of those shadow primers. You don't even have to probably use concealer. You can take this on the eyelid and powder it down and go from there. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Laura Mercier translucent powder on a brush like this, and I'm just going to sweep it in the middle of my face, under my eyes, just to set my concealer. Now you can also go in with a powder puff under your eyes. I'm a big fan of doing this just because I love to set my concealer or anywhere I feel like I need it, like in my T-zone. And the setting spray that we're going to use is not only going to lock everything in, but it's going to blur the entire face. It is the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. I'm gonna give this a shake. And what I'm going to show you after I apply this is really the big game changer. I can't take any credit for this. This is on Danessa's website, and I've also seen this online as far as what other people recommend for you to do. And then make sure you wet the face. So I think it's at least 6 or 8 sprays that you're supposed to do. Now that was about 10, but you want to make sure that the skin is wet so you've created an even layer all over the face. And then while it's drying, you can take a brush, or what I like to use is a powder puff, and then just press it into your face. And that presses the setting spray into the face and almost acts like a powder, and it creates even more of a blur on the skin. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can see it in the mirror. My skin looks filtered. And that is how, unexpectedly, I fell in love with a priming product, because this stuff is absolutely amazing. Now for this to mostly work, you don't really have to worry about how you apply your makeup or in what order you apply your makeup or how heavy or light you go with your makeup. But what's most important is how you prep the skin and how you finish the skin. If I prep my skin the same way and I set it the same way, I will get a 12-hour wear out of it. No problem. So when I tell you that I hate primers, but this one completely changed my mind, I mean it. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this, please share it with someone else who might find value in it too. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe for more pro makeup content from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with a brand new video.